Alright guys, again, welcome back to another top deck list discussion. This is going to be the last deck list from this regional in Spain, and it's going to be Mana Diem popping their head. This, Triff has made this deck become very popular, and it's kind of crazy, man. Like the deck, and like our testing and our experience, the deck really kind of works against itself in some way, but it's like crazy because it all works together. But anyway, please remember guys, if you guys have your own deck list or see a deck list you guys want to be discussed, go down links below, join the Discord, go drop it down into the top deck list discussion channel, and there we go. I'll get to it as soon as I can. But anyway, please remember if you guys want to also help support the channel. I keep forgetting this, but if you guys want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button, ding that notification bell, and of course, hit that join button, become knighted. Get your name at the end of every video, perks and rewards, the whole jazz. But anywho, let's just get into the deck list here today. So David Navarro took Mana Diem and topped 4 with it in this regional in Valenciana, and we're just going to go ahead and break it down. For the most part, I know this deck a lot. One of my buddies plays it. It's actually one of the decks that I've kept on my radar for quite a little bit. It was before Infernobles got revealed and their support came out. This was my deck choice for the format, but then Konami's like, no, homie, we'll help you. Don't do it. So anyway, let's jump into it. We are playing 3 Mana Diem Riemhart. This card's a 1-card combo, which is really cool. 3 Meek. I know some people have there's one other ball that's really good. Torrid, I believe. But everyone just doesn't play Tor, they just play the Meek. Meek's really cool. Every time it's destroyed, we all know what it does. Visa Samsara, this came out of Dune. This card fixes a lot of issues that the deck has because it counts as Starfrost engraven on field, where the Synchro only counts as Starfrost on field, and that was a very conflicting issue or a very problem for the deck. But then we are on to 2 Scareclaw Reichart, 3 Visa Starfrost, 2 Kashtira Fenrir, and 1 Kashtira Scareclaw. So I think Fenrir belongs in this deck. The whole Fenrir package just does so much for the Mana Diem strategy. It bridges the decks together from the Scareclaw side and the Mana Diem side. So this is one of those decks I believe Fenrir is okay in. Triple Ash Blossom, triple DD Crow, and that's it for the monsters. I believe this man, he must have been ready for Tyr, to be honest with you. Tyr and Unchained, so he was just really prepared for those. DD Crow, getting rid of those names on the graveyards. Pretty interesting main deck choice. Hopefully, it clearly played out for him, because Tyr's kind of come back in force, man. Tyr is one of those decks I wish would just die. Just go away, get out of here. I cannot believe a deck that has more than half his engine hit to 1 is still able to flow and go so well. But anyway, we're on to 2 Arachnophobia, or 2 Primitive Planet Arachnophobia, 1 Raceloth, and then we have 2 Scareclaw Arrival. So he's playing 3 different field spells, which is interesting. I know that some people even play the Tear Elements field spell, right? I believe they do that just to get Visa Starfrost, but it's pretty simple. The Arachnophobia grabs you your Scareclaw or Visa Starfrost. The Wraith Planet grabs you your Fenrir or Visa Starfrost. And then, of course, we all know Scareclaw's arrival here is the Monster Reborn that's searchable through the Scareclaw engine. Monster Reborn, Scareclaw, and or Visa Starfrost. Terraforming, Rhoda. And then we have the Quick Play spell card that Triff brought up into the world. Instead of playing Reframing, you play this, and this card was a form of disruption, a quick play spell that allowed you to target negate stuff. Moving on, we have the Imagination, which is the draw card, I believe. We're gonna look it up real quick because I don't want to mix them up. My only complaint is that when I get these pictures, sometimes they are in low quality. Yep, Mana Diem Imaginings. This card right here allows you to reveal Mana Diem or Starfrost, draw 2, then you can banish this card from your graveyard and target 1 monster you control, and it becomes treated as a tuner. I don't think that ever comes up, but it possibly could, but you're just in it for the draw. And then you have 3 Peaceful Planet Calirium. This card is this is why there's at 3. It searches out your entire Mana Diem package or Visa Starfrost. And then you have the Obsessions, Obsession, excuse me. This card allows you to target a monster you control, destroy it, and add a Calirium. Then if you have a Calirium, you can add a Mana Diem spell and trap card instead, and then you can banish this card from the graveyard to special summon a Visa Starfrost or a monster with a stat line of 15 or 21 from your hand. So I think this is pretty standard. I think the only thing that's not standard is we move on to the triple imperm and then the 1 Reframing. I think that you play either or in the list. You play either the Mana Diem Reframing or you play the I don't even know what the name of this card is, but it's a quick play. Quick play negate. You can add it because it lists Visa Starfrost in name. Still pretty insane. I think it was probably a correct call doing the triple DD Crows. Like I said, we don't see no Call by the Grave, no Tactics, and something like that. And this deck is like a hand trap magnet. So it's very interesting that he would he feared probably Tyr more than he feared the opponent's hand traps. Which I guess clearly he got top 4. So clearly he was confident in his ability to play through and play around hand traps. So good for him. Moving on into the side deck here. We are into triple Draw and Lockbird. Then we are down here into 1 Magnamut. I think these are 2 other Beasteel cards here. So 3 Beasteels. Again, putting respect on the tier element matchup. Kind of gotta respect it. This is a common thing we've seen from this regional, is the 1 Harpies and then the 2 Lightning Storms. That's very interesting. We've seen this continuously in all of our profiles from the Valsia regional. 3 evenly matches. I still play evenly match. And then this is called Gravity Collapse. You sack off a Synchro monster and your opponent cannot normal summon or special summon for the turn. Card is, I think it's special summon. I think it's special or it's normal summon here. Let's Gravity Collapse. When your opponent would summon a monster, send 1 face-up synchro monster you control to the graveyard, negate the summon. If you do, destroy that monster, and your opponent cannot summon a monster until the end of this turn. So period. Yep. So that makes sense. He ends on, you know, like Baron, Xijiao, or not Xijiao, the big level 10 Synchron. He just ends on a lot of Synchros that he can just sack off for free. But yeah, that is it for his side deck. I think he put a lot of fear in tier, which I'm pretty sure tier demands respect, man. Like, nothing sucks worse than them like luck sacking you with their mills. And anybody in the comment section who says it takes skill to mill, I've literally seen tier players biff it and not hit a single name or any miller before. And then I've also seen tier players hit every name, each of their names, and a miller. It's insane. So you can't tell me it's skill based. It's entirely probability and luck based. But you got to put respect behind it because it is consistent. Moving on to the extra deck, we see 2 Vicious Ashloud, 1 Visas Amatara, the Menadium Synchros. I'm not even Trisk something. It's a really good card. It's pretty much Kit Kalos with Menadium armor, Stardust Accel Dragon, the Chaos Angel, the level 10 Sword Soul monster, which I can't think of his name, Crimson Dragon, Despeter, Baron, Dweller, your Cross Sheep, your Apollosa, and 2 Lycard. So this seems pretty standard. I know that I've seen some lists cut out either the level 10 Sword Soul for the Chaos Angel, not ever playing both, but that's interesting to see for sure. Being able to, this card is actually, the level 10 Sword Soul is really interesting, especially when you search Reframing, because you can trigger out trigger its effect either by going Astrolabe or using Reframing's graveyard effect to recycle stuff. It just seems like he hard feared for tier. Like, I mean, Dweller in the main deck and Dweller in the main extra deck too. That's pretty crazy. He put a lot of respect on tier, and it must have paid off. Because I do believe there was a tier that topped this event as well. I don't have its deck list, but I know it topped the event. So huge. That's actually pretty crazy. The amount of like hate we see for tier, but like I said, it's warranted. But this deck is kind of insane. Literally, it's one of those decks that you have to hand trap correctly. If you, except for it hard loses to draw, right? So it's either you have to hand trap it correctly with the few hand traps you got, or you hit him with draw, and it loses. And it's very interesting to not see cross out. That was a theme too that I would notice in this regional. There was a lot of cross outs, and he is one of the decks that loses straight up to one single hand trap. So it's very interesting that he was not maining or siding the cross outs for draw. But I guess, you know, as Triff said, if you play draw, you're a bum. So he put him on better have draw because you ain't winning without it. But anyway, yeah, pretty crazy. Remember, guys, comment down below what you guys think. If I said anything wrong, if I got anything incorrect, come down below and correct me politely. And if you guys are Menadium players and you guys have your own like questions, comments, or like answers to questions that I had throughout this, you know, let me know down below. But most importantly, guys, please remember to stay safe and stay healthy. It's Charles from Team COG, signing out.